Installing Hermes is the easy part. The useful part is turning one chat into an operating pattern you can trust. In this episode, we will build that pattern in the safest order, verify the install, make one normal conversation work, add a reusable skill, isolate a purpose with a profile, and finish with a harmless scheduled task. Nothing here needs a secret on screen, and the final Cron example delivers locally instead of touching a public channel. Start with the official quick start. Hermes has a desktop installer for Windows, and the command line is the surface we are going to inspect. The first rule is simple. An installed binary is not the same thing as a working agent. Run Hermes -- version so you know which executable answered. Then run Hermes config path to see which profile home is active, and Hermes config check to catch missing or stale configuration. If the provider is not configured, use Hermes setup or Hermes model before debugging anything higher up. In this recording, the local command returned Hermes Agent version 0.18.2 and a valid configuration. That is useful evidence, but it still does not prove a model can answer. The quick start gives us the order that saves the most time. Make one normal chat work before adding gateways, cron, skills, voice or routing. Run a tiny question and verify an actual response. Do not stop at a listening port, a green process, or a saved config file. A clean chat tells you the provider, model name, authentication, and basic tool loop are all aligned. If this step fails, stay here. Run Hermes Doctor, inspect the model and provider selection, and fix the smallest failing layer. The goal is boring on purpose. One prompt in, one real answer out. A skill is reusable operating knowledge. Instead of pasting the same research rules into every session, you put the procedure in a skill and load it when the task matches. Browse with Hermes skills list, search the hub when you need a community skill, or create a local skill when the workflow is yours. Keep a skill focused. Trigger, inputs, numbered steps, pitfalls and verification. Skills are not magic memory, and they do not replace judgment. They shape how Hermes approaches a class of work. In this series, the episode production procedure itself is a good example. It says what evidence counts before a video is called finished. Profiles solve a different problem. A session is a conversation. A profile is an independent Hermes home. The profiles documentation lists separate config, environment, memory, sessions, skills, cron jobs, and state. That means you can create a research profile without mixing its behavior into your main coding profile. The command is Hermes profile create research, followed by research setup and research chat. Use a descriptive name and keep credentials per profile. Before you create one, decide what belongs inside it and what must stay local. Isolation is not only organization, it is a safety boundary. Once a normal chat and a profile work, Cron becomes useful. Hermes Cron supports one-shot and recurring jobs, pause, resume, edit, trigger, removal, attached skills, local delivery, platform delivery, and no agent scripts. For the first job, choose a harmless local output. A prompt like write a 3-bullet daily research brief to a local file is easier to verify than a job that sends messages or spends money. Pin the provider and model for unattended language model work when you need predictable behavior. Hermes will fail closed when an unpinned job detects global provider or model drift, which protects you from accidental spend. Always inspect the last run output and verify the artifact, not just the scheduler row. Here is the whole tutorial in one sentence. Make the smallest real loop work, then add one layer at a time. Chat before gateway, gateway before automation, reusable skills before copy-paste prompts, profiles before mixing unrelated jobs, and verification after every layer. The episode package in the repository includes the storyboard, sanitized evidence notes, slides, scene assets, and this script. The matching blog expands the commands and links the official docs. If you build along, start with one profile and one local task. Once that is boring and repeatable, Hermes stops being a demo and starts becoming infrastructure.